Narrator, excited, intrigued tone. Hey there, fellow hunters. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most thrilling aspects of hunting at night. There's something uniquely exciting about it. When the world around you quiets down, the darkness sets in, and you're left with nothing but your senses and the tools you've got. If you've ever wondered how professionals manage to hunt in total darkness, tonight we're talking about a game changer, night vision. Whether you're new to the idea or you're considering leveling up your hunting game, we've got a lot to cover. We'll go through tips, tricks, and some important comparisons between night vision devices to help you decide what's best for your next hunting adventure. We'll even break down the pros and cons of each to help you make an informed choice. So, let's jump right in. Visual transition, darkness fading into a night vision shot. 1. What is night vision and why does it matter in hunting? Narrator, educational tone. Before we get into the tips and tricks, let's quickly talk about what night vision is. In simple terms, night vision technology allows you to see in low light or even pitch black conditions. It enhances the light that's around you, whether it's from the moon, stars, or even infrared light, to create a visible image. In hunting, this is a total game changer. Hunting at night can provide you with a huge tactical advantage. For one, game animals like deer and hogs are often more active at night. They're not as easily spooked, and predators are usually at their most stealthy. But how do you track them in the darkness? That's where night vision comes into play. Now, we're going to break it down between two main types of night vision, infrared-based IR and image intensification, and explore how they perform in the field. But first, let's talk about some tips and tricks to keep in mind before you even start your nighttime hunt. 2. Tips for using night vision effectively. Narrator, friendly, guiding tone. Alright, so before you head out, let's talk about some important night vision hunting tips that'll make your experience smoother and more successful. Tip number 1. Get familiar with your gear. You've probably heard it a million times, but it's true, practice makes perfect. Spend some time before your hunt learning how to use your night vision gear. The last thing you want is to be fumbling around in the dark, trying to figure out how to adjust the focus or turn on the IR light. Tip number 2. Don't forget about your other senses. Night vision gives you an edge, but don't neglect your hearing and smell. At night, animals are extra cautious, and your senses play a big part in locating them. Listen for movements and always be aware of your surroundings. Tip number 3. Use a red or green filter for your flashlight. If you need to use a flashlight while you're out hunting, opt for a red or green filter. White light can ruin your night vision and alert animals to your presence. The red or green filter preserves your night vision while still giving you the illumination you need. Tip number 4. Use a tripod or stabilizer. Night vision can be sensitive, and without steady hands, you might find your view bouncing around. A tripod or stabilizer helps eliminate that shaky, blurry view and lets you focus on the hunt. Tip number 5. Stay calm and be patient. This is crucial. Hunting at night demands patience. It's easy to get frustrated when you're not spotting anything right away. But remember, animals are moving in the shadows and can be quite elusive. Take your time, stay patient, and let the night unfold around you. 3. Types of night vision and their pros and cons. Narrator, more serious, focused tone. Now that we've covered some tips to get you started, let's dive into the types of night vision technology that you'll encounter in the market. Broadly speaking, there are two main categories: image intensification, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and infrared night vision, thermal. Let's break down each of these and take a closer look at their pros and cons. Image intensification night vision, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Narrator, explanatory tone. Let's start with image intensification, 2. This type of night vision relies on amplifying ambient light, things like moonlight, starlight, or city lights. The light is collected by the lens, processed by a special tube, and then displayed as a visible image. Within image intensification, you'll find three main generations. Gen 1, the original night vision tech, offering basic functionality but with more grain and lower clarity. Gen 2, better light amplification, higher clarity, and less grain compared to Gen 1. Gen 3, the best image quality, crystal clear with almost no grain. It's what the military uses for the most part. Pros of image intensification. Affordable, Gen 1 and 2 if you're on a budget. Gen 1 and Gen 2 are much more affordable compared to thermal or Gen 3. High-definition image quality, Gen 3. When you step up to Gen 3, you're getting a high-resolution, almost natural vision experience in low light. Clearer view of detail, you can see through foliage and terrain more clearly, spotting game from a distance. Cons of image intensification. Performance in total darkness. The system needs some kind of ambient light to work. If it's pitch black, you might need an additional IR illuminator to help. Limited range. Gen 1 and 2. While they are effective, the range isn't as great as thermal night vision. Expensive, Gen 3 can break the bank. It's pricey, but if you want the top-tier performance, it's worth it. Infrared thermal night vision. Narrator, excited tone. Now, let's talk about thermal infrared night vision. This technology is a game-changer for hunters, as it detects heat rather than relying on light. Thermal cameras detect the heat signature of animals, even in total darkness or through thick vegetation. Pros of thermal night vision. Works in total darkness, no ambient light needed. Thermal works even when there's no moon or starlight to help you out. Detects heat signatures. It's perfect for detecting animals, especially in thick cover. If an animal is warm, it'll show up like a bright spot against the cooler background. Long-range capabilities. Thermal can pick up heat signatures from a much greater distance, even when the animal is well hidden. Cons of thermal night vision. Expensive. The price tag on thermal devices can be high. But like we said earlier, sometimes you get what you pay for. Image detail. Thermal doesn't give you the fine details like image intensification does. It shows you heat, but not necessarily what the animal looks like. Not great for identifying specific animals. While you'll know there's something out there, it might be tough to identify what exactly it is, especially at longer distances. For comparing the two, which is best for you? Narrator, contemplative tone. So, with all this in mind, which night vision tech is best for you? Here's a quick breakdown. If you want a budget-friendly option and don't mind ambient light, image intensification, especially Gen 1 or 2, is a solid choice. If you want the absolute best in terms of clarity and long-range vision, go for Gen 3 image intensification. If you need to hunt in total darkness, or you want to spot animals from a much greater range, thermal infrared night vision is the way to go. 5. Conclusion. Narrator, enthusiastic tone. There you have it, folks. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or just getting into nighttime hunts, night vision is an essential tool that can seriously boost your game. The key is knowing what kind of night vision fits your style, budget, and hunting environment. As always, remember that the real magic of hunting comes from patience, skill, and being in tune with nature. Night vision just gives you the extra edge. So, which type of night vision are you thinking about trying? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a thrilling adventure with us. Happy hunting, and stay safe out there.